Discover the stories behind everyday objects. Welcome to The Stories Behind Stuff.
Have you ever stopped to think about the humble box of cat litter? It's something most cat owners interact with daily, a mundane part of our pet care routine. But the story behind this everyday essential is surprisingly fascinating. A tale that spans ancient civilizations, industrial innovation, and even a little bit of wartime ingenuity. We're about to dive into the surprisingly rich history of cat litter, and trust me, you'll never look at that bag the same way again. For millennia, before the convenience of clay granules, cats were, well, they managed, and so did their humans. In ancient Egypt, where cats were revered as divine creatures, their duties were often handled in rudimentary sandboxes or designated areas filled with loose sand or dirt. It wasn't exactly a fragrant experience, but it was effective for its time. Think of it as the earliest form of an outdoor litter box brought indoors. Other early methods involved using ashes from hearth fires or even straw and leaves. Imagine the constant sweeping, the less than ideal smells, and the sheer effort involved in maintaining any semblance of cleanliness in a house with feline companions. It was a trade-off for the companionship and pest control these beloved animals provided. The real revolution began to brew in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. As urban living became more common and indoor pets grew in popularity, the need for a more absorbent and odor-controlling solution became urgent. Early attempts involved things like shredded paper, sawdust, and even plain old dirt trucked in from outside. But these were messy, didn't always contain odors effectively, and were still a far cry from the dust-free, clumping miracle we know today. Then, a game-changer arrived, born from a surprisingly simple observation. Enter Edward Lowe, a young entrepreneur who in the mid-1940s inherited his family's sawdust business. He noticed that his neighbor was using calico clay, a type of absorbent clay, to soak up oil and grease spills. Lowe had a light bulb moment. What if this same absorbent clay could be used for cat litter? He began experimenting, grinding down clay and offering it to local pet owners. His product, initially called kitty litter, was revolutionary. It was more absorbent than anything else on the market. It helped control odors, and it was relatively dust-free. But here's a twist. The clay Lowe used was actually a type of fuller's earth, a mineral clay primarily used for bleaching and cleaning oils. Who knew our cats' potty habits were linked to industrial degreasing? The success of kitty litter paved the way for further innovation. The real leap forward, though, came with the invention of clumping cat litter in the 1970s. This innovation, often attributed to chemist Thomas Nelson, utilized bentonite clay, which has the unique property of expanding when wet and binding together. This meant that instead of scooping out the entire litter box every few days, users could simply scoop out the clumps, leaving the clean litter behind. This was a massive improvement in convenience and hygiene. Suddenly, cleaning the litter box became a much less daunting task. It transformed the experience from a weekly chore to a daily scoop. And the evolution hasn't stopped there. Today, we have an incredible array of cat litter options. Silica gel crystals for superior odor control, natural alternatives like corn, wheat, and walnut shells, and even biodegradable options. The focus has shifted not only to convenience and odor control, but also to sustainability and the health of our feline friends, with many litters now formulated to be dust-free and gentle on paws. From ancient sandboxes to high-tech silica, the journey of cat litter is a testament to human ingenuity and our enduring love for our feline companions. Next time you scoop that box, take a moment to appreciate the history and the science that made it all possible.
Discover the stories behind everyday objects. Welcome to The Stories Behind Stuff.